Ah, excuse me. Holy crap. Ah, excuse me. Hello and welcome back to Tangle Tower.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
Let me actually do this for audio. Yeah. Okay.
He's playing a lute this time.
A lute.
He's also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Lute. A slightly weathered statue of strange. A pair of earmuffs has been placed on top of the head. Wait a minute, swamp creature. Thank you for that thing. So that thing. Ah, no, not that. So that thing. There's a horn, and then there's a lute.
Giant
this
stone
thing?
frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Huh.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Or feathers. Feathers were mostly found as resting on the tongue of the large stone frog. None of the feathers are from the ink-dip bird. Interesting.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The
Fits.
roses are bright red, too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
They're not always that color.
Exactly.
A little pond.
It looks really, really deep for some reason.
Yeah.
See those metal bars around the edges, too?
Oh yeah. What are you supposed to for?
I don't know.
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
It's a bridge.
Oh good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff.
They can be for decoration.
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
It's a dragonfly.
Stone pillars.
Yep.
Or what's left of them.
Ancient stone pillars.
More egg statues.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Why eggs?
Well, either they have some special significance,
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm thinking.
or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Well, apart from some clues that we got, or, yeah. Apart from, like, two things we got up here, there's not much. So, I guess, let's go up here. Astronomy Tower. Hello, you're moving.
I've always wanted one of those.
What are those?
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
So let's look closer at it.
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
That would have to be Greek. Rotate the five suns, the sun, and the moon. Rotate the five suns, the sun, and the moon around the middle. That?
Nothing.
So there are two ways to move the shadows. Rotate the planets, and rotate the sun and moon.
Right.
I guess that's wrong.
I think you just need to get the shadows to line up with the shape on the base.
Oh, these? Oh, okay. That's somewhat easy. Wait, no, these. Okay.
Nope.
The sun and moon need to be at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The shape on the base is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which is which.
Oh, okay. So, thank you for telling me that. 12, 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay.
Nope.
The sun and moon need to be at 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock.
But that is
The
1 o'clock
shape
and
on
5
the
o'clock.
base is symmetrical.
1, 2, 3. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Right. So 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be 6. So this would be 5. Since this would be 12, then this would be 1. Let's try this.
Nope.
The sun and moon need to... The shape on the base is symmetrical, so it doesn't matter which is which.
What? Let's try this.
Nope.
The sun and moon... The shape on the base is symmetrical.
Nope.
The sun and moon... The shape on the base is symmetrical.
Nope.
The sun and moon... The shape on the base is symmetrical.
Well, I can't
I'll
solve
do
it.
this later.
Yeah. When my brain can be like, what?
What is it?
Ah, it's clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong. Pretty.
Yeah.
It's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
Well, we could see the sun, and that's technically a star.
It's also daytime.
I just said the sun is technically a star.
Let's at least introduce ourselves before touching his telescope.
Always a good roll.
Hello.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Okay, so there's one more person we have to meet.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And, of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh, no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh, dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return, nor would I expect it to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working to translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the cosmos I say hi.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I
Okay.
sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower later that evening. I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona.
Okay.
It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Okay.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end. I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we
Jesus
got time.
Christ. Is this yours?
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
So it's not yours. Okay. Do you know
A
something about
very
this?
old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
You want us to leave it alone.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Well, I'm gonna come back to you. Because I just want to get all the rooms first. So we have one more person to talk to. Holy crap, there's so many stuff.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
I gotta side with Grim here, but yeah.
They're bird cages. But the birds are coming and going freely.
Is that a metaphor?
Oh, it totally is.
Yeah.
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle. I I don't like mirrors. They steal your soul.
Oh, that's a mirror! I was like, what the hell is that?
How do you get your hair so symmetrical without using a mirror?
I do it by weight. I can feel if one side is heavier than the other.
Nice.
An especially fancy cage.
And it's home to 3 especially fancy birds.
Birds in a cage. 3 brightly colored birds in a heavy ordinary cage.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely! And that shape, you're really pushing the envelope.
Oh, thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Is that short for Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay, what? What?
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends are birds.
Travel? Where to?
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field?
Fair
No
enough.
matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who are you talking about?
Your husband?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé, dear Fitz, is not really the traveling type, you see.
Fitz Fellow.
The very one.
What?
You're engaged to a
What?
member of the Fellow family? That's interesting.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious feuding goes on between our 2 families.
What?
Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Fair enough, but
I awoke
What?
early and headed down
What?
to the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That, and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Do you help him with the work in the greenhouse?
Oh, no. I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are you responsible for?
Officially 4, but in truth it's more like 400.
Can they not feed themselves?
Of course, and they often do. But I think they just like the company. As do I. Sometime in the evening, I left the aviary and headed back towards my room.
I didn't
But
realize
in
that
the hall, I
these
spotted
were her
Uncle Pointer
arms.
heading
I thought
down
it was
the
a
stairs.
cape, and she's like,
He was muttering something. Seemed
and
a
she
bit
has
upset,
her
the poor
arms
dear.
in her
I
back.
followed him down, but the grand
Behind her
hall was
back.
empty by the time I got there. Empty aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library. I don't know what it was, but she looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the Fellow Tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle. He suggested we look up in Flora's tower room. We could see from the hallway. The door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong.
Okay.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay. Oh, and you're grumpy now.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring.
Aw.
Their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
She sounds like the crux of everyone.
Oh, she's beautiful! Who is she? Wait, is that me?
She's a bird.
Oh, there used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower.
Do you
The
know
most
what?
fascinating breeds, all
Do you know
totally...
which ones they are? These are?
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Are you not gonna give? God damn it!
I must say the girls are awfully well behaved today. I think they know we're in the presence of company.
They belong to you? Why do you keep them in a cage?
They need a special diet, particular treatment. I let them out to fly occasionally, of course. But they're all one of a kind. I couldn't let anything happen to them.
Do they have names?
Of course. Let me introduce you to Tabitha, Tamara, and Tatiana.
I've already forgotten all three of those names.
Which one is which?
Oh, that's simple. Tatiana is the oldest, Tabitha is the most patient, and Tamara has the best sense of rhythm.
Glad we cleared that up.
What about the one on your head?
On my head? He's just my hat. He doesn't have a name. Who would name their hat?
Fair.
Gaudy old thing, isn't it? Flora seems very fond of it. I've never understood why. But then I could say the same thing about her husband.
Heyo!
I'm sure I've read about this creature somewhere. Don't remember anything about him playing the harp, though. Haven't seen this one in a while. He lives in the music room, doesn't he?
Currently.
Lovely.
Okay.
We can get into Penny's room now.
Now, like, right now?
Yeah, let's just knock out all the rooms. Bleh.
That's all the statements.
Let's go over them all.
Hold on.
Ever get the feeling you're being watched?
The mannequins don't have eyes, though.
That's not a comforting sentence.
Yeah.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it.
Kind of looks like her.
It just feels out of place.
Yeah, the thing kind of looks like her. Like, here's the head, here's her arms, and then here's the rest of her body. Anyway, potted flower. A brightly colored flower with an unusual shape. It looks very healthy and well looked after. The soil in the pot looks fresh and moist. It's also an unusual blue color.
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed. It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
Let's take a look.
Nope. They're wooden.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap the positions of the 7 birds. What am I supposed to do with this?
Nope. There must be some logic to how the birds are arranged.
Yeah, I just...
Something to do with those white lines.
nothing.
I think the birds are related to each other.
Yeah.
I guess that's wrong.
It's a family tree. The colors and eyes combine as they go down the family line. You'll need to start with blue and yellow at the top.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I knew these two were connected somehow. So then green. That?
I guess that's wrong.
It's a family tree. You'll need to start with blue and yellow.
I guess that's
It's a
wrong.
family tree. You'll need to start with blue and yellow.
No, that was it.
Yeah.
Nice work. Did the door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get. Ooh. A ripped piece of paper crumpled into a ball. Red flower petals were found inside. A message is angrily scrawled onto the paper. Now look at it. The flower petals originate from the red roses.
A little bedtime reading?
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
Alright, they're fantasy. Anyway. Select Flora's Tower. That's handy. Yes.
Supposedly, Freya was looks like she was
Didn't
still-
even get a chance to clean her brush.
Probably said that Freya would make substance on. Right.
Freya's painting supplies.
Ah! Ooh, this one's cracked! Freya's paints a small glass pairs of red, yellow, black, blue, and white paint. The grass is cracked inside.
Freya's painting supplies.
Oh, that. Okay, we already got that.
A bunch of old books, covered in dust now, but they look well read.
We're at the top of the tower, right?
I think so. Why?
Doesn't matter. It's nothing. That's the only door in and out of the room.
It's also on the floor.
Sure is. Guessing it's not supposed to be down there. Half the room is a big open window.
I don't know if you can call it an open window.
Yeah,
It's more like the sudden absence of wall.
true.
You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know.
Opposites attract.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Do you know anything about these birds? Or birds in general?
I thought she would have said something with that. Okay. So now we get out. Let's go back to Lake's Edge and discuss Lake's Edge.
That's all the statements collected. Let's
Yep.
run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
Yes.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. They're just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's
Forgot about
voice
that.
as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer. So I escorted her.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
Yeah.
They don't just line up. Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Okay. So that's that. Freya. Herbs. This one. Correct? Yes. So, we'll do this. Next time. Actually, wait. So, we need to talk to Felix about... We need to... Basically, Flora's the only one with everything done. So we need to get everyone else up to speed. Okay.
Do you think this was always supposed to be a bedroom?
No.
I don't know. It is kind of a weird shape.
No windows either.
Yeah.
It's a little raw with paintbrushes.
The casual observer, maybe. They're not real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Swap the brushes into the correct order. Arrange the paper to find a clue. Oh. Well, that was very fast. That?
Nothing.
Did you find a hint on this? Perhaps it looks like a real jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah. Oh, oh, oh. So this one's there. That one's supposed to, so these two are where it's supposed to be. That's there. This?
That was a
Brush has various characteristics. Height, brushing shape, paint color, and color. The information we need is on the paper. Once it's been arranged, I mean.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna leave that until the next video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked it, leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you guys want more. Ring the bell for notifications and get all notifications. Along with Tangle Tower, I've played Helltaker, Roller Riot, Little Inferno, Skill Attack, and Papers, Please. But with that, I will see you guys.
I'll come back later.
I'll see you guys in the next issue. See ya.